All right. I'm gonna make myself a little bit bigger while we're at it. That should be fine. Get some interactability on here. Let's see. So yeah, we're gonna be hunting for non-existent WMDs in Iraq, I guess. Wanted to play Iran. There it is. But I figured the US might be a bit more event and entertainment filled, so here we are. Did have a preset made. There we go. Running a few mods, just modern day stuff, nothing fancy. Well, just a few fancy UI mods, but just a few from the last time we played as well, which is just like AI changes in many ways, but we'll see. So this is January 1st, 2000, the beginning of the century. Unfortunately, the beginning of the end. And we're gonna get in there and see what happens, so. Hopefully it's not too bad, you know? I am running an SSD this time, so should be a bit quicker to get to what we need to do. Yeah, this might have taken maybe like 5-10 minutes more. What am I doing? Playing some strategy here. Don't really know what I'm gonna do. I mean, I kind of planned out a little path we're gonna take, but oh well. These games don't always go according to plan. Not the way I play. Might have turned up the graphics a little bit too much last time I played. There we go. Let me get in the game. All this is normal. I am going to dismantle all factions because, why not? Guarantees I don't care and the EU can stay. I'm going to stay away from the EU for now. Everything else is fine. I'm not worried about all that. Medium debt. That's fine. We get the weighted shuffle music on, too. That's okay. So let's start out with the basics. Let's see. We have Guantanamo Bay, normal. Okinawa base. Hawaii. Oh, that's, okay, those are just releasables. They don't really matter. Oh, we don't have it as a puppet. Interesting. PR is not a puppet. Nice. The Virgin Islands and all that. Nassau is British. Should be, well, Commonwealth. That's fine. Yeah, the chats. Everything's fine. So yeah, the US has people everywhere, so I'm gonna have to go for like a day. Oh, we'll configure that later. Interesting. What is good? Let's see. What I'm gonna do is political revolution. We're gonna go monarchy. I'm gonna fix the US, essentially. But let's get the economy going for now. Regulation would be fine for what we're gonna do, I think. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's see, political establishment, militarism, First Amendment, Second Amendment, Congress authority, permanent UNSC member. That's the, I mean, it says right there, Security Council of the UN. And medium debt. We'll get out of that soon. Don't want to waste the PP just yet. We're going to be changing all this eventually as well, so interesting. Nice. So yeah, one of them, we're going to go in order of things to do, but one of the things the mod adds is an Antarctic territory. Which is interesting. Didn't he bring some chicks into the White House? Emperor Penguin? No, not really. Bill Clinton had illicit sexual relations with his secretary. Essentially, he's well known for saying, "I did not have sexual relations with that woman." And then later, you know, admitting that he did indeed have sexual relations with that woman. People forget really quickly, to be honest. But it's whatever. I'm not changing my capital anytime soon. She was underneath his desk, essentially. Her name was Monica Lewinsky. This is pretty old stuff. Before our time, basically. I wasn't really aware more of 9/11. Clinton was more of a 90s president, obviously. Elections are going to be in like a year. Well, almost. Getting sidetracked though, policies, I do want some. We're going to be monarchists, and that's the only way you can actually use diplomatic harmony, which I'm going to start stacking up points for that. This lets you puppet different countries or take territory with peace points. You only get them when you're at peace. And you can only do this when you're democratic or monarchist. So I can essentially just ask some asks. I sounded melanated there for a second. I'll sometimes ask for entire countries to be puppeted if I have enough power and influence. Anything else? Benevolent Dominion, which will work. The only bad thing about playing right now is I can't. There's the debt stuff. Mobilization we're not going to use, so let's disable that. Kept mercenaries on. The only thing I can't do is disable non-aligned faction members from joining the same faction. So a democratic nation can join in a faction with a nationalistic nation, which isn't exactly fair, I guess. It's going to make my game even harder, but it's whatever. The CIA. Another three-letter agency that should be eliminated. We have 5, so I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. I like those numbers. Let's start modernizing AM. What was AM? American General. There you go. I'm thinking of GM, General Motors. Tanks, let's start getting some of this. The USSR disbanded in 1992 or 98. So it's been Russia ever since. And they will have nukes, Mr. President. We're going to start getting into ballistic submarines. I want to see the difference, though. So manpower doesn't go up. HP is all the same, all the same. All the same stats. Okay, so ballistic probably just carries nuclear weapons. Hello in the vertical chat. How are we doing? So we're gonna go for ballistic missiles or just nuclear missile or nuclear submarines. I don't think they have another designation or anything. Planes, we're going to be using multi-rolls. UAVs, I don't know. They have such short range. They're kind of useless. Helicopters, also kind of useless, to be honest with you. If you don't have range, it's kind of only be used for short range operations, and then you need an airbase to begin with, so we'll stick with multi-role and UAVs and bombers. So let's start getting some of these. And yeah, we have to get these too. Let's start getting this out of the way, or the UAV. The jet will be fine. Boeing, not gonna use them. Haha, very funny. I don't need transport planes either. I'm not gonna use paratroopers. Lockheed Martin, there you go. Medium planes. These would be the attack planes, maybe. It's not gonna show me, 'cause I don't have any. And then the large, well, bombers. So we're gonna go with Lockheed Martin. We have all this. We start out with atomic research. We have 1 nuclear bomb and 5 reactors already. Interesting. Start getting that. It's quite a bit of things. I think these are changed a little bit for this mod. Not exactly like normal. I do read the vertical chat, and I did respond, so... don't worry about that. Hella industry, by the way. 40 factories, 20 dockyards, hella construction facilities. What song is this? Sounds like... reads like Portuguese. There you go. We don't have any of these. No, we don't. So for this mod, these aren't all that. I don't really have as many projects. I don't have the DLC either, but this isn't vanilla, so. Nuclear facilities somewhere around like Nevada or New Mexico and whatnot. Put it right there. Aviation facility, I have no clue where the hell this would go, but let's put it right there. And then the land warfare, leave it in Texas. But before all that, I'm getting overwhelmed here. Bring down my chats so I can actually see the game. There we go. Do have the UI a little bit higher. Kind of have to, otherwise I can't really see much in 2K resolution. Gonna get the Rust Belt here. Fully industrialized. We're gonna bring back industry. These don't really have much, so they can kind of be free for a bit. I'll leave the south a little bit free for some military factories, so for now just do some of that. Leave that down. There's a lot of other things I should probably be doing. Like the PR. PR has a bunch of shit already. Hawaii and all the little shitty little islands that I hate managing a lot. We have access to Korea, that's why we have that. That's whatever. Was I looking at construction? Why am I... I skipped a few tabs, but that's fine. We do have a base there. A pretty big air base as well. Do have a base in Kuwait as well. And we only have the... oh no, we don't have anything. We don't have the base here in Iraq. That's where we're gonna land though, in a bit. Once the Iraqi invasion begins. And there's nothing else, really. Let's see. What's our territory looking? So we've got, what is this, Wake? The Mariana. That's Wake. Midway. The Atoll. Hawaii. And we got this one, Atoll Island. Normal stuff. Let's see. First episode is always going to be preparation, no matter what. MD? No, this is Novum Vexillum. Never played MD. Or any of the other overhauls. That should be fine. I'll worry about infrastructure and all that stuff like once we actually get to it. Alaska's kind of barren as far as like supplies and stuff goes. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about all this because this would take the video a stream of bajillion hours, but and we don't have anything, unfortunately. So I don't know if this is like we already have things done. Yeah. Miniature UAVs. So we have that. The Manhattan Project, obviously. The hell is this? ICBM 2. Okay, well, we do have ICBMs. I do know that. This doesn't really show much. There's some land stuff, though. Military lasers, drone swarm technology. Improved recon drones. I saw that in the naval tab. And I don't know what this is. No clue what that's about. So if that's the case, I can go ahead and cancel this for now. Don't really need a physics facility if I'm not going to use it. Already got nuclear reactors. Who knows where, but we have them. The market. I haven't done anything yet. And it hasn't even been a day, so it's not auto-accept. Well, you know what? Auto-send for now. Production, though. Weapons is fine. Let's... Cold? Only cold? Let's see. We got AM and General Dynamics. Was there a General Motors, or am I thinking of a different era? Northrop Grumman. Or Grumman. Artillery. Okay, that has nothing. Okay. Okay, well, AM is also an automotive. Interesting. Oh, no, it's the same thing. Never mind. My bad. Okay, well, Colt. It is then. Artillery's normal. Hope the music's not super loud. It's kind of jarring in my ear, but I think it's fine. Some support equipment. Not gonna need Amtraks or anything yet. I don't think so. Put it in the back burner for later. Some artillery for now, some anti-tank, some trains. It's a javelin, interesting. We got the M4A1, awesome. Okay, they've all got the thing, yeah. As far as tanks go, the Abrams. Armored support vehicle. I have no clue what this is, by the way, so not gonna use that. Got 2 light tanks, the Bradleys. They can go away for a little bit. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know about builds or anything in this mod, so start making Abrams. And you know what? Well, yeah. We'll forego light tanks and we'll go for IFVs, or it's just APCs and stuff like that. So we're gonna go with the Bradley. Automatic cannon, I'd assume, yeah. Doesn't look like anything like a Bradley, but These are just so we have, you know, stockpiles for now. Nothing too crazy. The artillery gun stuff will be fine. We might have some AA soon. Now the technicals, though, we'll look at this later. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I do want ICBMs. I think we need those for air raids. This is not gonna... No, I can't even look at it. Okay, well, I think we need those. Maybe they're for something else? We don't have missile silos, so I'm gonna build one rocket site. I'm gonna put it in Wyoming, because there's nothing gonna be there anyway. It's gonna be barren, as it already is. Let's... Again, I don't know if these are like... So the VLS missile, naval strike. Surface to air, that'll be anti-air. I have no clue what that is, though. I'm assuming that's going to be like anti-air type of thing. And then the ICBM is the strategic or tactical bombing shit. They all have the same icon, so we're going to make IBMs. Or ICBMs. Leave it at 2. Jesus Christ. That takes forever. We'll work on it. Don't worry. We'll make one of each, because I'm actually curious about what these are. Take quite a long fucking time to make, though. But whatever. We've got a bunch of resources to spare for now. The B-2 Spirit, the Hornet, F-15, F-16. We're gonna use attack planes. Maybe... I don't know. I feel like we'd be doing too much. Carrier airframe, is that? No, that wouldn't be that. Yeah, it's an attack airframe, so... We'll forego that. Make my own design at some point. We do get points, because we're America. We get 0.01 Haley. Which is nothing. Just keep that in mind. We're not going to be using attack planes. We're going to be modernizing everything for multi-role. Range is 2200, and then the attack is pretty bad. Normally I'd like some variation, but it's just... There's no point in having low-range planes or anything, because you need an airbase. And it's going to be kind of hard to do that when you're invading and you don't have an airbase, or it just doesn't reach, no matter what. Could use carriers, but... If you got a better idea, then I'd love to hear it. That's the multi-role, the Hornet. The FA-18, and then we'll keep the F-16 on. Transport plane, whatever, I guess. Well, start making some of these, then. Gotta give Lockheed Martin their dues. Because the other ones are kind of useless. That looks fine. Yeah, start converting those. Give them 3, and everything else doesn't really matter to me. Let's see, put it at 3. Put it at 2 because trains are really fucking annoying to develop. Why so long? Jesus. We'll just leave it like that. We'll start making more as time goes on. As far as this go, I need convoys. Well, not really, but it never hurts to have a few. As far as all this goes, I am going to be making my own designs, as I normally do. Fleet carrier. Keep seeing that. I don't know if it's like something important to get a patrol boat too. I looked at the difference at some point and then I forgot about it. So let's see. Fleet carrier has more speed, more fuel usage, obviously, more reliability, and more space for certain things, or not. Yeah, it has more space. It's a bit more expensive, probably. A little bit. But I'll take that cost. Yapping quite a bit today. Just leave it like that so we're not wasting any dockyards. We're going to be doing a whole lot of stuff, so let's start trading. Tungsten, my good friend Vladimir is going to give me some shit. And then South Africa, we're going to be taking them on at some point because it's crazy how they have all the chromium in this game. I think in vanilla game as well. Okay, I'm going to save because in the game, if the game crashes, I don't want to do all this again. Can you imagine? I would quit the stream right now. Recruit, deploy. Song is loud as fuck. That should be fine. We have a lot of templates. Okay, that's pissing me off a little bit. There you go. That looks about as Chinese as I can imagine. Okay, give me a second. Let's see. Let's pair them all up first. Got 77 plus... Nobody there.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Tell you what, I'm gonna do this. Up that. Quite a bit. And then lower that. There you go. We got people in Korea. Because why not? And that's it. Oh man, we did trade. Worry about the planes later. Might sell them off for yeah, for some factories. I'm getting overwhelmed here for a bit. Why not do that? So 81, let's divide them a little bit. Some of the National Guard go one way, some of the tanks go the other way. Hate how some of these templates are named, by the way. Very unorthodox. Some of the Marines and the Airborne take them elsewhere. And then we're kind of split a little bit. Now, let's see. Infantry division. It's using light mechanized. I mean, that's not bad. It's just like... I mean, right now, it's kind of... Bring that down to 6. Put it up to 7, and then... Wow, you took some shits from somewhere. Interesting. Oh shit. I'll leave it at 3, take it to 2. I guess we don't need trains right now, so just get some light mechanized. I wish you'd use technicals as light mechanized, but I mean, we could switch them out later. So I think I'll do that actually. So bring that up. Because the pickup trucks at pretty low shit points. He's got 8 production cost, so it's not really viable. I can just make my own trucks. I don't need to use Humvees. There's no monopoly here from some of these companies. So let's go back. Armored division, mechanized infantry. Some of these look very interesting. Mechanized would be... I have no clue what that would be. It would be the IFV or APC or whatever. Motorized is motorized. Everything else is fine. We don't have any light mechanized anyway, so that's kind of stupid to give me a template that needs it. So we're gonna forego this one. Yep. Mountain division. Militias. We're gonna overhaul everything at some point. Marine division. Might need some Amtraks at some point. I haven't put those to be made yet or anything. Airborne, I will never use. As far as the reserves, you can get the hell out of my face. And that should be fine for now. Can I change the name now that I've put that away? Garrison. This will be just the normal National Guard. They got MP, they have everything. Engineer Company, Field Hospital, AA. Pretty cool, honestly. Infantry Division, they can stay as they are. I'll change them to something else, though. Something like... That's not what I wanted. There you go. It'd be more of a brigade or regiment. Well, not regiment. This isn't the 1800s anymore. Battalions are pretty big and they're pretty spread out. Which, if you didn't know, these names are all based on the number of people in a given group. So that's why regiments are usually used for like a civil war or something like that, because it's pretty small. At least that's what I gathered from research. So I just do a brigade. I'm not going to name all of them, obviously, just armored divisions, keep it as it is. And then the Marines. So it should be fine now. So you guys can go on to be the Army.
Orders. Ready to move. Orders.
Once we have experience, I'll start doing stuff with that. We'll have Marines, just to have them, you know. Give them all a general. Looking for... I mean, engineer works. Yeah, that works. William Rapp. Interesting. Checking my chat. Moving around my phone. Bush is blind. I mean, yeah. I'm not denying that. There's a reason him and Chinese never found any WMDs. Although it's probably because there never were any, but you know. Granted, these guys are going to be fighting in, like, maybe not cities. I don't know. I'm going to keep them in ports, and I don't think there's any port trait or anything. I could probably use Invader for them, actually. LNG Pratt, interesting. General Rapp, it's a wrap for you, my friend. So yeah, I mean, lucky it is. Give him I always find it weird. These would be like, I mean, some of the names or naming conventions for Hearts of Iron is kind of weird. You would think the army group would have a general, not a field marshal or something. And then you would have like a different name for an army individually. Pratt, I'd have to have a bigger image, but no. She looks above 50, so probably not. I'm gonna have to pass. Hella field marshals. Oh, it's Colin Powell. Oh, it's Mattis. Some of these guys should be retired, but they're not. This is defense. I don't care, honestly. Logistics, offensive, no defensive yet. That kind of sucks. All right, Terrence O'Shaughnessy. What an interesting name
Ready, sir.
for a USA general. Armored Corps. I'm gonna save Schwartz because he's got Desert Fox from when we invade Iraq. Unfortunately, that you kind of have to in this game, in this mod. Joseph Harrington,
Orders.
and then the general, like army. General. Hills fighter, reconnaissance. All right, Hendricks.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be you, and Colin Powell because he's got a bunch of stuff. Mad Dog. Imagine, Ewan. Oh my god. USMC General James Norman Mattis, or Mattis, however you want to call that. Has earned himself the title Mad Dog, both of his exceptional services to both the Marine Corps and the U.S. military in general, as well as his noted behavior of being a loudmouth and a rhetorical tough guy. Went away from the front. Civilian population love him to death. Right. This is the 2000s. Nothing but warhawks and neocons. Shit that nobody really gives a shit about, as they should. His critics fear him as possibly irrational and unreliable commander. I feel like they're glazing Mattis a bit too much. Not gonna lie to you. Right, Thomas III. You look like a tough guy. You look like you should be a president. I'll be honest with you. What's with that flag in the background? It looks like he's got like. It looks like he has some sort. Okay, they're all posing behind country flags. It looks like China or some shit. The star is a bit too big though. Anyway, that's enough goofing around. We were way past an hour, or 10 minutes, yeah, 40 minutes. So I can start cussing without giving a shit.
Orders.
I do like organizing my stuff here.
Attention.
It's a bit easier. Let's get the tank with that icon on.
Yes, sir.
The defensive guys are going to have that.
Orders.
I like to give them a uniform color and everything because they're just going to be defending. That's it.
Ready to move.
The Marines, obviously, some blue. And separate them a little bit. So we've got some more uniform
Ready, sir.
shits. American theater can stay for now. Eventually we'll have like European, African, you know, kind of like actual US Army command centers and stuff like that. Because they're kind of divided by continent, as far as I'm concerned. It's just a National Guard. Not exactly colonial either, but we don't have any of those yet. Let's see, borders. For now, yeah, why not? Just guard some of that. Put them in Alaska. I don't really give a shit about Okinawa or anything like that. We don't have a base in. Put them in Guantanamo, obviously. And the PR, obviously. I was gonna say I don't really give a shit about whatchamacallit. Not really, still on that. There you go. Hawaii. Yeah, we don't need to like safeguard any of this, and we don't have a base in Kuwait, which we used to before in like earlier updates or versions, but not anymore. That's a lot of oil. There's a lot of oil. Some of these buttons are broken, by the way. I think that's one of the mods I'm using, maybe. I don't see it. Dog, where the fuck? A resource. Jesus. Wow, Kuwait. Obviously, the Arabs. Egypt has a lot. Sudan. Iran has a bunch. Pakistan. Turkmen. Okay, there's a lot of oil. They really changed this up around. Obviously, you know, people don't talk about it, but the US has a fuck ton of oil. It's like, people like to scream that we're losing resources around the world, but we're not. There's plenty to go around for like a lot. For decades, centuries. There's a lot of space too, so, you know, don't let people kind of like dog you into believing otherwise. It's kind of bullshit. Just defend the ports and the coastline. Yeah, just do coastline. Why not? And it's gonna be the special operations. Jesus Christ. Can't spell for shit. Put him, first of all, aggressive, balanced. I don't know why I would play non-aggressive, considering how bullshit the, what is it? Organization or planning? One of those is bullshit in this game, I'll be honest with you. Put him in Mexico for now. Yeah, flexible is fine for now. Do give them that, though. Save so I don't have to do this again, please. I gotta be honest, this is the only game where I can actually, well, one of the only games, like a handful, that I can spend hours and it could be 5 hours and I haven't even noticed the time while streaming. Okay, the Navy is next. I can't see all that because it's fucking massive. So, consolidate the hell out of that. We're gonna make 2 fleets. Gonna have a Pacific fleet. And, Atlantic fleet. Because it makes sense, you know. Where do we have ships? There we go. Looked at Hawaii. No, we haven't. There we go. Oh, I missed you guys somehow. There you go. I have to get used to that sound effect constantly. It's gonna be the Pacific Fleet. Name that accordingly. I'm gonna divide them up, you know, into like submarines, you know, main battle fleet, reconnaissance. I don't know. Let's see. Destroyers or corvettes. Uh-huh. Submarine warfare, basically. And then the destroyer will be like... Or this could be the... I don't know. Let's see. Subdetection, which is fine. Speed, 36. 39? Or 30? I can't... It's 30, so we're gonna go have corvettes as like... reconnaissance, you know, generic anti-submarine activities. That's too slow. Surface visibility is less, and then we'll have like destroyers or like, you know, the core of the Navy. The basis. Missile cruisers, maybe I'll use them, maybe not. Don't quote me on that. We're gonna use fleet carriers, and we're gonna use a bunch of ballistic submarines. Just because I do want to see the difference now that I'm here. So, let's see, we've got torpedoes, anti-submarine stuff. That's cool. Torpedoes. Wow, okay. You're gonna have actual guns on this shit. No anti-submarine activities, though. That's interesting. I don't think it's gonna be needed. I would hope. But the destroyers and corvettes are gonna be for. So that's cool. And I'm assuming the ballistic submarines can be used for launching missiles. It might be a mechanic that it's too far off to actually work, but we're yapping quite a bit. I'm gonna let it sit at 2 while we do stuff. New UNSC council members, cool. This doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. So, Harry Harris Jr. Cool little Asian guy. Okay, Liberians are fighting. I don't think anybody really gives a shit. I don't know any naval admirals or anything from the era. That is to say, our era. Yeah, we're leaving Korea. There's no point in staying. Shepherdstown peace talks. Attempt to resolve territorial and military disputes, minor conflicts, state of Israel. Okay, we're decimating. Oh, I can't say that, though. I'll probably get banned from here, so. Leave their name out of my stream. But we are going to be doing stuff in this general area. If you're wondering, this specific country here has been taking over this, and I think they're going for Jordan. I don't know if they already have, but I will just say this right now. There is nothing going on here. And anything else is just postulating and assuming and basically lapdogging from, you know, the orange president. That's all I gotta say, though. This game is pretty geopolitical, so, you know, it's not my fault. That's not an Abrams. Interesting. We can speed it up quite a bit. Nothing going on, really. Elian Gonzalez affair. Fate of a young Cuban boy. Currently residing in Florida with relatives after he survived his dangerous escape from Cuba to the U.S. An escape during which his mother tragically died. I mean, it was gonna happen, I guess. Because you gotta think about it, this is actually a pretty short distance. But you can get lost pretty easily with, you know, just makeshift boats and stuff like that. It's not that easy. Once you're actually doing it with, like, little resources. Because you could go adrift and nobody wants that. But, the mother tried not only to flee from communism, but also from her husband, who's still back in Cuba, now make demands for the boy to come back to him. From an American and Cuban standpoint, that it would follow the law to send the boy back to his father. Correct. There's a moral and political implications here. There is no political implications. Let's not kid ourselves. That's bullshit. Should we doom a young man to communistic oppression? Or jeopardize Cuban support for the Democratic Party in the vital key state of Florida? See, the problem is they allowed Florida to become a Cuban state, essentially, and, like, everything here is essentially Cuban, so that's kind of the US's fault for allowing that, but it is what it is. Better dead than red. I do need stability, so send them back. It's not my problem. Or it's not Clinton's problem. All he's worried about is getting head right about now. Or was that in the 90s? Close enough. We're not gonna make anything because we don't have anything so far. I want to equalize all this, like get it to green before I do anything. And wait for political power. Al Qaeda, or however Bush said it. I don't remember. I just know he had an accent. Nice. Hello there, Department of Defense. Who is the current Minister of Defense? All I know about the only, like, minister that we got is RFK, and that's kind of a retarded decision. I think I read something about an education minister as well, but I also forgot. The Somali, Africa is in war. Whoop-de-doo, who would have guessed? This is 2000. I mean, Africa's always at war, but it was more widespread back then. Egypt takes control of the Halib Triangle. Don't remember what that was, but I think it's got something to do with this. I think. Maybe it's not Sinai. I don't know. Lower that majestic ass music too. Diplomacy of Palestine. I'm playing the correct U.S., so we're gonna support the underdog on this one. And then support Taiwan. I could give a bigger shit right now about Taiwan. You know, I'm gonna just say this right now. Fuck NVIDIA. So, I don't know. It depends what China does in this game. So, yeah. Let's favor the People's Republic of China. Get some water on me. Nice. Autosave, I hope. I got nothing. Just gotta wait till we have stuff to do. That's going probably pretty slowly. Alright. Forgot. International market. It's an actual tab now. That's interesting. Oh, let me move this because I can't see the, this. Transmission, yeah. So we should have planes to sell. Yeah, we do. Jesus Christ. We can't do anything with that F4 Phantom. I mean, it's not... Yeah, it's not being converted. That kind of sucks. Or, wait. No, it's not. I don't care. So we're gonna get rid of the... We're gonna get rid of everything but the B-52... No, the B2. Because we can't convert that either, for some reason. Converting in this game is really stupid. It has to be the same exact model. Kinda, and it has to have these same exact missions, which really sucks. It's very annoying, kinda. So we're gonna get rid of everything but the Hornet and the F-16. Everything else can stay, really. And we'll just, you know, pass the time while that goes. We're not making any nuclear bombs. Interesting. Or thermonuclear bombs. I wonder what the difference is. Because we can't really make anything else. This mod isn't exactly perfect, I would say. American economy. And stability is going up. Unfortunately. I don't need that. I want that to go down a little bit. Gonna have to work on some of these, I guess. Would something like higher taxes? Yeah. That'd definitely help. 6-year-old Roland, student of whatever elementary, Michigan, shot by her 6-year-old classmate, Diedrich Owens, with his P-32 handgun, which a young child had found lying around. That's kind of the fault of the uncle, obviously. Presence of teacher and 22 fellow students. Bold proceed. Yeah, okay, killed her, blah, blah, blah. Some children are pretty evil. Don't forget that. But, cool, I guess. Look at these spies. I don't know about you, but blondes do something to me, so, ready to get EJ here. Codename Wolf. And they're just gonna sit there. I don't need to use, this doesn't take that down. I'm not gonna use spies yet. None of these help with, like, stability or anything, or bring it down. This one does. Military industrial complex. We're gonna regulate the market. Because be honest, who wants to pay, you know, inflation prices in $80 to $90 games nowadays? Do I need the weapons? No, not yet. Ah, damn. I took out the mod for the walkers, so I'm afraid Hussein is not going to have any WMDs or Metal Gear in this match. Okay, Africa is attaining peace deals. Awesome. That's a weird picture. Might have got reworked. So, because they have a bunch of stuff that I haven't seen yet, like the ideology of the party and stuff like that. Interesting. Yeah, if he actually did have WMDs, he might not have been dead. Okay, war on the Chechens, that's normal. The economy is going pretty good. Oh, the fucking stability is going up. I don't need that. Honestly. I'm gonna have to start spending money. You know? I'm gonna have to start becoming actual American government if I want to actually do what I want to do in this game. Yeah, you can thank good old Dick Cheney for saying all that shit. I mean, we're at a point where everybody knows it was not about WMDs at all. It was about international banking, oil, and resources. Nice. We're getting to canonical Russia. Okay, they won the war. Cool. They were quail or squirrel hunting or something like that. And then Shiny, yeah, shot his friend. And then they passed it off and nothing happened to Dick, apparently. I lost some political power. I'm losing the hell out of political power, actually. Why am I... Regulation? Why am I at 0.1? Anyway. I wanted to play Iran. I wanted to do what Iran should be doing right about now, but that never happened. That's not Xi Jinping. I don't know when Xi took office. Might have been later, actually. Accidents happen. I need political power and stability to be low. Oh, man. I paused it, huh? Yeah, I also would have played Japan too, but I'm very disappointed in the people that made this mod. Or the people that coded it. The Asian countries, because Japan lost their fascist and nationalistic routes, especially the fascist one. That was the most fun one. Knowledge is power. Yep, that's normal. I mean, it's canonical. You know, Obuchi did collapse and stuff. But, you know, it's no fun because all you can do is be democratic or democratic. I mean, nationalistic path is hidden and you have to do some stuff to get it, but it's just a big hassle. Like, why? You know, Hearts of Iron is not it's not an RPG. You don't need all that shit. I need stability, unfortunately, so good job, Microsoft. Yeah. This is the era of lies, and people believed it. Why? Because Japan is funner that way, to be honest. Playing democratic in this game is kind of like sitting around doing nothing. Because, you know, you're democratic. Well, I mean, it depends on the democratic as well. But generally, you can't really do much. Obviously. What did I do? Tank. Yeah, basically. You can't really attack unless you have a certain world tension. You can't do this and that. You're playing the defensive, essentially, unless you're fighting intervention wars, which is boring. Let's see, Angola, Civil War, Uganda, Washington, A16, anti-globalization forces, cool. You know, political leftists in nature rallied under the banner of Washington A, whatever. In DC, protest against International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, and international capitalism as a whole. Wow, the political leftists are actually doing something good, or were, back in the day. Uh-huh. Preemptive raids without warrants. Okay, so they did fuck up. Anti-globalization rhetoric has given rise to the far-right voices. Interesting how that goes, huh? Politically left in nature, but give rise to far-right. Now, the people that wrote this live in today's world, but in 2000, don't let it get to you. Far-right is a myth. It's manufactured. It's... what's the word I'm looking for? And what's the word I'm looking for? It's controlled opposition, essentially. It doesn't exist. I don't want any of these, by the way. Establishment is in the right, because I want the political power. Uh-huh. Some civil wars, Somalia, Ethiopia, some Muslims in Indonesia. I don't even know about that. I know Indonesia is like a lot Muslim population. It's got a lot of them. But I don't know about that. No, not really. I mean, they're retards. You gotta think about it this way. If they have a platform, they're not actually far right. If they have a big following and it's like, you see them on YouTube, you see them on the mainstream, everything, I mean, they're controlled, obviously. We live in an age where you can say the wrong shit. Now you can get deported, apparently. You know? Like it's happening in the universities, but... yeah, they can take away your credit cards, they can take away your platforms, they can take away your money, they can take away your house. Like I always say, if you're actually saying the right things, then in today's world, it'd be very hard to get your voice out to say these things. And that's just the way it is. I mean, where do you think a lot of this money from, like, that they cut the funding from went to? A lot of these people were on that payroll. And it's like, if an idea was really that dangerous to quote-unquote democracy in the US, You really think they'd give it a platform? Every, like, far right, if you want to call it that, thinker on YouTube got taken off years ago. And the people that remained are just the ones that went back to, like, generic mainstream talking points that everybody kind of knows, just surface level. Think of it like an iceberg, I guess. Now, what's more important, the West or the East Coast? Obviously the East Coast, but we're going to develop the Industrial Oversight Committee. Yeah, these are geopolitical hours with this game. Just waiting for something else to pop up. We still need some surplus of stuff. So, you know, Ukraine is very big when you put it into perspective on a map. It's just one of those countries, like the majority of the Balkans and the Baltics, that nobody gives a shit about. So you never really see it on a map. Also, I don't know why they changed it, but this president was not the president at the time. They're about 20 years, like, ahead. This is correct, obviously. And nobody cares about the rest of South America anyway, so. At some point, I am going to take over Emperor Penguin, so. And they're not going to do anything. Now, why Chile and these idiots, nice, have the Antarctic territories? I have no clue. I don't think they should. They should have split. Steel production scandal, bye-bye, stability. They should have split the Antarctic continent. Because I think that's how it is. Oh look, it's surface level dickhead here. Forgot his name. Nigel. Yeah, that's fine. Ballistic submarine, yeah. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the Arctic is divided upon countries. It doesn't actually have an actual claim on it. Interesting that they have a French shit there. Okay. I guess. It's got to be like a scientific base or something. I don't know much about the Arctic, besides, you know, the space hole to the middle of the Earth that goes to the moon of, you know, the Germans from 1945 or whatever the hell. We got the other multi-world. We don't have any points, so we got the ballistic missile. Cruiser or submarine. I'm all over the place today, huh? Bringing down stability is going to be a pain looking at it now. Having a crows would be really nice, though. The Algiers Agreement. Cool. Long range rating. High speed rating. Yep. Got a lot to do here. Motorized. Modular cargo. Production cost. Minus. It's much better. I'm gonna make as many of these as I can, because then I can just build anything at any time. Anything interesting happening in the world? Not really. I haven't seen any big wars pop off. Auto-saving. Why not? Nothing happening in France, Spain, Italy, nothing. Right. I was gonna sell stuff. So the Hornet, F-16, yeah. International market. Yeah, just planes, to be honest. So you are making some missiles. Okay. That's a lot. Definitely gonna get some sales out of that. At some point. Alright, we got space agencies and stuff. Mostly like menus and superficial stuff though. Like spy satellites. I've played a bit with those mechanics. Is this type of game fascinating? Maybe. I like sitting here for long periods of time strategizing. You know, a bit of RP. Lets me sit here and think about geopolitics in a grand scheme of things. You know. Okay, the National Convention of 2000. I feel like I've heard Pat Buchanan's name before, and I don't remember. Let's be canonical until I can switch ideologies. So Bush it is. So he's gonna be the leader of the GOP then. Yeah. Don't recognize any of these names right now. Yeah, it comes to DeviantArt. Haven't seen. Well, I mean, I've been there like a couple of years ago for some mods, but anyway. This type of game is very appealing after a certain age. Why is that? But yeah, I don't... After a certain age, you just kind of devolve into less action, less pretty colors, and more strategy and thinking type of shit. Yeah, Al Gore. I mean, I guess. There we go. Stability needs to be below 40% for me to go and do political revolution. It's gonna be a hell of a problem to get to. We'll have to bring up taxes then, or do something. Because the economy is not gonna help me. Stricter regulations, we can bring that down to open borders. Not something I'd recommend, but we're gonna be changing these later anyway. So, I mean, doesn't really matter. And wow, is that going pretty slowly for 4 times speed. Like, very slowly. Let's start giving them stuff. We're already here, so...
Yes, sir.
You guys don't have any level up or anything? Any traits I can give them?
Ready to move.
No. No rhyme or reason, really. Save the space agency for later. Invest. That'd be the debt stuff, yeah. I'm not gonna pay it. Mac OS X, right. Microsoft should have literally been disbanded, but for some reason they got away with everything. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Invest in the admin, navy, military industrial complex. I do need more guns. So. I'm gonna up this a little bit. Might be unstable, but it's fine. Kurdistan and Iran, cool. I don't think anybody knows the latter even exists. Or existed. Yep. Got the Vulcan Air Defense. Recycling centers. Wow, that's 4 years away, actually.
Ready to move.
Yeah, I don't want to do much of everything else right now. And since we're going to do new alliances, because forget NATO. I'm just going to get the points from that. Chester flanks. So these are like generic pictures, by the way. I don't think they're actually names of them. They're the spies. Might recognize some, like they might be people you know, but not the names. Those are generated. Escape artist, yes. Air defense, right? Alright, USS Cole bombing. Attacked by 2 Al-Qaeda terrorists at the port in Yemen. Okay, interesting. Something something. Kentucky. Cool. Less points. I'll take it. Alright. Death of Gus Hall, chairman of the Communist Party of the U.S. Between 1959, what a year. One stepped down in favor of Sam Webb, honorary chairman. Didn't seem like he did much. So, I need the stability. Some of these choices are not reflective of my real life allegiances and ideologies. But, I need some things. Meeting with Kim Jong-il. What, is he there yet? No, it's his brother or uncle. Or whoever the hell. I'm trying to read the fucking thing and it goes away. But they're related. From the Kim dynasty. Hillary Clinton elected senator. Good for her. You know? Vatican in support of the Republic of China. The Republic of China is Taiwan, if you didn't know. The People's Republic of China is, you know, the mainland. Election of 2000. There's no change in anything, so... I mean, people still think that the popular vote decides the presidency. And if we're being honest, I don't know why we still have a popular vote if it doesn't actually do anything. Not that I want a direct democracy. That's pretty stupid. But even though we go through this in school, people still think that your vote decides the presidency and not the electoral college. But it is what it is. No recounts. Bush won. We know that. Yep. There's Bush. And some states closed with us because, I don't know, they don't like Bush. Who doesn't like the funny man? Alright, everything's going by super quick now. We got everything. 2006. Get the Kevlar. Yeah, Tony Blair's still on there. Putin is, making Russia great again, I guess. I don't know. Last I checked, this tree was, it looks kind of the same, but I think they changed a lot of the icons, so it looks a bit different. It's got a bunch of cool looking stuff. I can see they put some work in this tree for this mod. It's kind of what I like to see, you know. And actually put effort behind some of the countries to play as. Because, I mean, if I want to play generic, I'll go play some tiny nothing nations. But it is what it is. At least the US has stuff. So, we need 20 less points. I'm gonna get to work on that at some point. Yeah, I don't want stability yet, so I'm gonna save some of those. Let's start making jobs and then get some more factories out of the way. Nobody's buying anything yet. Did they buy everything? No, we still have plenty of planes to sell. Protests have broken out in one of our cities for ruling handed down a local business scandal did not beat the expectation. I don't give a shit. So is the law. The Peruvian congressional government. What the hell is going on in Peru? Okay, we got the communists, the nationalists. Oh, it's Fujimori. A Japanese national, or something close. His family went to Peru and he kind of became president. Interesting. Wow, okay. Very obscure there. Let's see. It's gonna be too long. Let's get the drones. Wow, okay, Peru is eating shit right now. Could care less about the fascists right now. Speaking of fascist, he's got the Incan flag, so it's something to do with that. The Incan Empire or whatever. Which is a thing you can make in a vanilla game, I think. Or a modded game. Let's start investing. Political power gain, yes please, and dockyard output could not give a bigger shit. Invest into the economy. We're going to be in debt as canonically as possible just because I need to lower that shit so we can actually do something fun with the US right now. It's only been 1 year. We've got until September 11th, you know, for something big to happen. So just hold out for me there. Oh, hello. It's been very quiet in the vertical stream so far, you know. What is this Lord of the Rings music? Why am I listening to a bunch of Chinese songs? What is this? It wasn't even the first one. It's like that was like the 5th or 6th Chinese song I've heard. Like this whole stream. Wikipedia, cool. What a useless site that anybody can edit. And if you don't have the right opinion on what you're editing, then you might as well just get deleted. Crack down on the rioters, as you should. Why are we getting more stability? What's going on? Ruling party popularity. Might have to take that down a little bit. At some point. China's longest night. Due to sudden news of the coup in China, the world is now paying attention to Beijing. Hardline Maoist, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Appears to have succeeded in a coup. The army has taken control of all Beijing, and Jiang Zemin is now missing. The Maoist government? What the hell is going on in China? Oh, look, the Spanish, these morons, are at war with a country they can't actually access. The only saving grace is if the Congo gets eaten up. Oh, but they gave access to... Okay, so Spain might have a chance to actually make it. If they don't do something and then they block access here, which they're bound to do at some point. Because they're that stupid. So I don't know if they did fix it where, yeah, Spain would have their whole thing going on. This isn't very historical, but they would not be able to access this area here to attack, so they would kind of be stuck in an eternal war, unfortunately. Revolutionary People's Republic of China. Bo Chi Lai. Why does that name sound familiar to me? Modi is right there. Is Kim Jong-nam is still there. Interesting. At some point, they're gonna have to enter into a revolution, and it's gonna be that pseudo-fascist, communist Kim Jong-il. I need lower stability, please. There's nothing we can do. Mori, yeah. Koizumi. Can't read shit, huh? This coin's so fast. Kuomintang splits in two. That was a Taiwanese flag, by the way. I didn't read the whole thing. That was my bad. Did seem kind of interesting. I haven't actually read a lot of these, but nothing much seems to have happened. They got a two-party system now. I don't know about the politics of Taiwan. I can guarantee you most people don't. Other than they're holding like 99% of the world's PC chips and the manufacturing. That's why Nvidia and AMD are like the top. Hell, that's why Nvidia has so much fucking money, because they can just throw around and fuck over the gaming industry as a whole. That's why you have to pay thousands of dollars for a GPU. Because they say so. Let's get some Rangers for Desert Storm. You know, we're gonna need that eventually. You can believe it. Anti-submarine stuff. Yeah, it might be what we need for the submarines. Oh yeah, we don't have it. Yeah, it says right there. So let's start. We could keep going down this route. Ain't much else we can do. Let's also just start getting the army and stuff. We're getting really slow points, and we need more political power. We're in the shit, essentially. Oh, so I can start getting the stability down so I can start doing stuff, you know? Now it's just relaxing until something happens. I'm gonna start scheduling streams in advance so people can see what I have planned for like next couple days. So I think I'll do that. Awesome. They actually did something smart. Now the war can end eventually. Pretty much some more retro stuff. I added the PS Vita to the list. Not many games though. I feel like they'd be too big for everything that I want to have, which is essentially PS4 stuff that gets ported to the Vita. Well, they got developed at the same time. It doesn't really matter, but you know. So some of the few games for the Vita that I'd like to quickly play on stream, and I gotta get an Xbox game on the list too. And there's some anime stuff for Sunday as well. I'll put that on the coming up next stream thing. The schedule list. That's why I'm with Metal Gear for next week. Because a game like this is a bit of downtime, so I feel like I would have gotten bogged down playing Metal Gear right now and wouldn't have gone this far in a stream. So, nothing going on in Guantanamo Bay, but, you know, torture. Stability's not going down. Yeah, it's very relaxing. Games like these can go on for hours and hours. Any 4X type game where you do a bunch of shit. Condemned the government of Zimbabwe, calling African dictatorship a disgrace to humanity. You can say that about the majority of Africa, but, you know, we're not African. So who cares? All this interventionist policies of essentially ruin the world in a way. World at work with these. I mean, yeah, much easier than playing something like Stellaris or City Skylines, which I have been playing on my free time. But the latter just might get laggy at some point, and I have to get the mods right because they're still updating that game, and it's kind of bothering me that I can't have a stable mod list. And City Skylines takes up so much of my memory, like physical memory, and it makes a paging file every time I play now. Even though I have the RAM necessary, but whatever. You know, if a game's gonna lag, I'm not gonna stream it. That'd just be, you know, kind of bothersome for you and anybody else watching. And I'd get annoyed playing that. So there's no point. That's why I don't play Unreal Engine games, you know, out of principle, but let's say I did want to play an Unreal Engine 5 game. I wouldn't stream it because it wouldn't have enough power on top of this Twitch stream as well that uses a GPU for streaming. Because it's using a different encoder. On YouTube, I'm using a CPU encoder, so. Which is funny, YouTube's got better options for streaming than Twitch, the streaming platform. On top of, you know, me doing 2K 1440p on here. Oh, France really wants planes. They're not doing much. Who the hell is this? I feel like we can start getting rid of some of these. The number one guarantee that I'm gonna get rid of is this one, obviously. The US has only had a handful of real allies throughout history. Post World War II. One of them is Japan. You know, after a few decades, we were actual allies. We're not master and slave anymore, thankfully. I would say the Saudis and like parts of the Middle East. You know, like Kuwait. Let's see, who do we have in this? Yeah, the Saudis, Qatar, yeah, Kuwait, Korea, I guess. Canada was our ally. We're kind of uppity right now about, you know, the Orange Man. But Korea is unfortunate because they're an actual slave, or kind of are as far as their military goes. But, you know, you can blame these two morons right here for squabbling with each other. But unfortunately, I could give a bigger shit right now. There's no strategic anything for being in Korea. I mean, anybody that actually has a WMD would probably back off if you literally just, you know, ease off their borders and, like, back away. You know? If I point a gun at you, I don't think it's fair to be mad that you point a gun back, you know? But that's deterrence, I guess. The idea that if I have a big stick and you have a big stick, then none of us use the big stick. Sounds cool, you know, in theory, but now everybody wants the big stick, so what are you gonna do now? That's fine. Yeah, I don't know that either, I suppose. People forget Canada did fight in World War II, and they did do quite a bit. They also forget Australia was in there, and South Africa was also in there. And maybe a little bit of India, but it is what it is. I wouldn't say Canadians are like soft or anything. They might be stupid, but they're not. They're not useless. Right now, they kind of are useless, but there was a time in World War II and a bit of one where they weren't. And they got their own army. They got it. The mounted police. They do stuff. They don't help themselves nowadays, but they do stuff, or used to. I mean, I don't know. You can blame the people too, but you can also just blame Trudeau, which I think he's gone now, or he's been gone. I mean, what has Canada done in the last 10, 20 years? I feel like half of Canada is Chinese from all the real estate, and the other half is now Indian, unfortunately. Well, I mean, that's unfair. Like this area right here, because the rest is all wilderness and ice. So it's a bit more of a fair assessment to say that all this is Indian, Chinese, and stupid, basically. Oh boy, it's 9/11. Mr. President, they hit the second tower. I don't care about fascists right now. Is it mean? Maybe. But I mean, can't really name me a country here that hasn't, been stupid. Right now, there's quite a bit. There's some that are like doing their own thing, thankfully. But I think everything... Okay, everything in this screen right here is pretty useless. As far as the peoples go. Huh. I don't know, Hillary was very... Oh wait, she did get those people killed in Benghazi. Never mind. There it is. Anyway. Why are the fascists going up? I haven't done anything. Yeah, they shouldn't have any growth, so... Weird. And fight evil we shall. Oh, come on, stop. Murder of Balbir Singh Sodhi. This is one of those things where if you're gonna be against some other race or ethnicity, at least get the ethnicity right. Because I can guarantee you the Sikh, I think that's what they are, the Sikhs, are 1,000% not Arabs, as they would call them back in the day. This is a pretty stupid fucking mistake to make, and it's unfortunate that it happens. It's even worse, because I'm pretty sure the Sikhs, they come from, like, this area. I want to say, like, the Punjabi area. They're all pretty good people, actually. They're not like the normal Indians. That sounds crazy to say, but it's unfortunate. But I have not met a single, like, bad Sikh. They've all been cool guys. Chill guys. National... Did we already get that message? Okay, Iraq is going to be 2003. Oh, we still have to go to Afghanistan, though. The anthrax attacks, I do remember some of that happening. The war on terror, yeah, right. didn't Bush literally say that they're coming up with a way to harm our country? Or something like that. And then he said, and so are we. Anyway. Every nation and every region now has a decision to make. Either you are with us, or you are with the terrorists. Bush was a president, all right? The war on terror. Isn't that funny? We've been at war in this specific area for about 40 years now. Make that 50. I gotta take into account what year it is right now. Yeah. How are we still high stability? This is so stupid. Yeah, make air bases. So we're gonna get units or boots on the ground in Afghanistan. They're gonna give me free infantry and stuff. You know, Desert Storm type of shit. And then in 2003, we're gonna go to Iraq. You know, it's a damn, you know, shit happened. We're gonna go in this area, like by Kabul and stuff. Enduring freedom, yeah. The invasion of Afghanistan. Let's go to war instead. I mean, this might take down my stability, so I'll take it. And I think we get a puppet out of Afghanistan at some point. Yeah, October 7th, blah, blah, blah. Hundreds of thousands of troops to the faraway Middle Eastern state. And nobody questioned it. Because the boomers said so, apparently. We will drive the animals out of their holes, or so he says. Look! Finally, thank the Lord. Political revolution. Forget Bush. And forget Al Gore, honestly. Forget Hillary, forget Clinton. And any other retard in this. Gonna make our own monarch. You'll see. Uh-huh. Did we land yet? Or are you gonna be stupid? And you're gonna make me... Oh, for fuck's sake. Look at this dude. That's weird. Yeah, before, in older, like, stuffs, you know, they'd give you some troops, like, down in Afghanistan, so now you actually have to get in there somehow. You know how annoying this kind of is? Because there's no way for me to actually get in there. And I hope they know this. I can do air raids or something, I guess. There's no way of getting in there. I could use paratroopers, but where are they going to go from? Doesn't make any sense. Now, does it?
Orders.
Yeah, okay, well, that's interesting. I'm gonna have to find a way to get in Afghanistan then, or just be in eternal warfare. I suppose. And they're not even that strong. Okay, well, let's suppose that I want paratroopers. How would that work? That's fine. Oh, we can get an actual, oh man. An actual, technical. Or Ford truck. What do they use here? Because it's heavily imported. Is it a Nissan or something like that? the technical trucks that all the terrorists have for some reason. Nobody really talks about that. We can hire mercenaries, but they're not gonna be there. It's kind of useless. Expand that. Give me more points to just have. Let's see. It's not gonna be for a while. 2010s, yeah. It's not gonna be for a while. So I can start making tank designs and stuff finally. And I'll make the chassis, chassis for this later. So M1A1 Abrams. Gonna be the M1A2 Abrams. It's the same. Ah, shit. It's the same, yeah, hull for the 2000s main battle tank. That was that. Got a bunch of shit going on. Can't breathe. It's, yeah, we can revamp all this. All right, we got an Abrams, real pretty. I don't know why I thought Abrams had an H in it. I think it does. I think. Could be wrong though. Yeah, put it like that, just so it's more archaic. This is a 2000s model, so don't need too much on the Abrams. One of the greatest battle tanks of modern history. Smooth bore, rifled. No breakthrough is kind of weird. It's got less hard, but a little bit interesting. Yeah, gee, if only they do that in real life, but you know. Rifled cannon is looking mighty fine, but it's expensive, so we're gonna take it. You know. Ergonomics. These don't really do much. There was no point. Autoloader. Yeah. Stabilizer. Smoke. Diesel engine. Okay, this gives speed. This gives even more speed. More fuel. So why would I not just use... Well, diesel only gives reliability, so... That makes sense. So we're going to go with the petrol engine. And we'll have enough. Welded steel, composite aluminum. I'm sorry, aluminium. That's fine. Nice, nice. Gonna leave it at that for a bit. HP, but less speed. The Abrams is actually really fucking fast, so we're gonna go for reactive armor. No difference in price there. It's not wheeled, so... There you go. Get the Abrams. Now, if you didn't know, the US uses M1 for model and A for alteration, so... That's why a lot of guns, vehicles, and ordnance is called M1 something. Or M something. Because it's the Model 1 alteration, whatever. So the M4A1 is the Model 4A1. I think it started in the 40s or 30s. Or even less, because they had the M1 Thompson. And you saw that with the M1 Carbine, M1 Garand. I'm pretty sure... I don't know if the Browning stuff had that. the bar also didn't have that denotation either, I think. Yeah, I don't think Browning used that because it was their own thing. Because the bar is Browning. It's the automatic Browning rifle. And then the Springfield was its own. Oh no, the Springfield might have had it. It had the name of the year on it though. And the heavy machine gun they had, I forgot the name of it, but I think that had an M somewhere on it too. Leave me yapping about guns from 60 years ago, according to this timeline. An automatic cannon. This is an ITV now, I guess. Nice autosave. Looks kind of like... Looks kind of like this. And that looks too cool, so we're going to make it a different way. A different APC type of vehicle here. That looks pretty cool. We'll leave it at that for now. And then we'll make the other one later. I don't know what kind of modern APC, BTR type of thing they have. I think BTR is Russian though. So, don't quote me on that. Do need speed on these, although they might be going to infantry battalion, so I might overhaul that later, but I don't know. Again, don't quote me on some of these things. That's fine though. And then I'll keep saving points for different things. Weaken the house. Let's start doing this shit. Yeah, none of these guys are going to give me access. Only thing I got is if I can, like... Yeah, that's going to be quite a bit of a problem. That's all I can think of. Puppeting Pakistan, but that's going to take a while to get those points. I think we'll get to the war in Iraq, and then I can end it there. So... Because we've been going for quite a bit. It's only 11 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Still not in the green, though. We have weapons, though. We have M4s. Don't have artillery or anti-air. Or light mechanized. We're not going to have any anyway. Don't have any support equipment. That's a big problem. Light tanks. I'm going to have to change that. Fuel priorities are going to be basic all around. I don't have a preference right now. But we have points. So let's start doing this. We do have militias. Those are going to be like the basics. It's so weird. We don't have like actual fighting forces. So we're just going to have to go with like mechanized battalions. Guantanamo Bay. Obviously, we're going to establish Guantanamo Bay right now. Going to recreate that scene from the Boondocks. Argentina is at war. Nothing interesting. These are National Guards, so they don't really need much right now. Reactionaries or whatever. Yeah, I don't want to give him... Oh, Jesus. Don't want to give him too much right now. Ah, shit. Too expensive, huh? Well, we're going to have to keep waiting then to do all that. Question the Constitution. It's got to be done. I feel like we need new amendments, to be honest. I need more PP. That's a shame. Did I lose, like, Did I lose units? Am I crazy? Let's see, the Spanish are still at war. They're not making any headway. Poland, Hungary at war. Argentina, nobody cares. Nepal. Surprised they're still alive, not a Chinese puppet. It's the wrong ideology, though. Nida's dead. Gonna be lagging a little bit because I'm playing at 5 times speed, but that's fine. Spanish might be able to just steamroll through now. They can do this. Yeah, without giving me any boots on the ground, it's kind of useless. I don't know what they want me to do all this. And I can't take them in. Kuwait. So I'm also worried about how I'm going to actually get into Iraq. Unless they give me actual units. That's fine. I need PP right now. Not like that. Don't know what that does, but we're gonna take it. Alright, got that. I do need to save some points, though, so... It is what it is. We can start making planes. They're gonna have the same exact missions, though, which is a big shame. Well, we can sell whatever we don't use, fortunately. Yeah, I'll work on that later. I gotta stand up for this, or sit up. Ooh, man. Let's see now. The bomber I can leave for last. It's not important right now. I'm not gonna be able to use them. It's only 70 of them. Well, for a nuclear raid, I might blow the fuck out of Afghanistan just so I can get them to capitulate. But I don't know if that's how it works, I'll be honest. I don't think so. Let's see. I need a naval multi-role. That's... We can get rid of these, because... And the MPA, the Maritime Patrol Aircraft, and the other naval aircraft, I'm not going to use them. Yeah, making planes is very cheap, so I can kind of get a buy on that. That's fine. Let's see. Air superiority, ground support, interception, port strike, supply strike. So I might not be able to actually do the same shit. Let's worry about that later. Heavy or light? Well, these are going to be general planes, so these are anti-air. We got 2 already. Air attack. Air attack is less, and you got less agility. I don't really see a point besides this being better. They do have ground support. Okay, so we do have to do this. Logistics strike. That's what it was. So give me agility -10, ground attack 8. You're gonna have to go for TV guided missiles. I don't know what that means. Telemetry? I don't know. Because if we want to make the same or convert, I think we're gonna need this. I mean, I can try converting like this. So let's see. Electro-optical doesn't look that bad. This isn't that bad, but I'm not gonna use. I'm not gonna use naval strike. I'll be honest. Or was it? It was port strike. That's one of these two. So this is actually much more useful for me. Because I was gonna pick one of these anyway. Guided bombs or unguided? This is less agility, more weight or less weight. And this does much more damage. So do that. Targeting, ground targeting, yeah. Definitely. Countermeasures. These I'm not gonna use because, you know, I need the range. I enjoy it. This is just speed. It's gonna drive me up quite a bit. So I'm not gonna use that. And then we're gonna leave this as the naval one, and then I mean, if I did switch them up between fighter jets and like ground support, I might use some of these, but differently. But I'm just gonna stick to the pretty one right here because it looks really nice. No name for it. It kind of sucks. You know? Dude, what is up with these oriental fucking musics that I'm getting? This sounds like a soundtrack from from Ninja Gaiden 1. From either the second chapter or the first one. I swear to you. Anyway. That was F-16, so let's do... This is Multi-World 4. So let's do F-16 F. I don't know. No, G. G, why not? And we cannot convert because it's using a different chassis or body or whatever the hell. These I am gonna change though. I'm gonna sell these that I already have, by the way. Let's see that one. Keep that icon. Wow, we're really wasting fucking time doing this. Get the heavy. Do I even need this? Naval bomber weapons, torpedo mountings, yep. Let's see, air attack, do I care? Sure. Lighter design. I mean, they don't need range. They're gonna be... I mean, they're planes. Not gonna need them. I mean, yeah, they're naval planes. They're gonna be close to the carrier. They're not gonna need, you know, range. So yeah, do that. And then this could be... As far as naming conventions go, I'm just gonna keep the line going, so... Let's just keep this like a F-19 or something. I don't know, Wasp. We've got a few more down the research line. So we can think of a few more names down the line. And we don't have enough for anything else. Ships are going to take quite a bit. These are going to be the most expensive ones, sadly. But that's fine. That's not the one. There it is. Ballistic submarine. We didn't get the shit. That's sonar. Wow, you really just can't use the anti-submarine stuff. But you can use other things. VLS. A missile launcher mounted on the submarine enables launching missiles. Surface-to-air missiles and anti-ship missiles. Okay. But it gives more visibility, though. Don't know what to do about that. I'm gonna have to make 2 templates, one of each. You know, have my nuclear submarines and my regular submarines. So let's see, what's the difference here? Visibility down gives more speed, more HP, reliability less, less visibility. Visibility. Jesus Christ, no fuel. I mean, I guess. We started making these too. I think they name carriers after presidents. And submarines after, like, I think it's cities or something. I don't remember. Radar. Sonar we're going to save for the other guys. Well, they're not going to defend convoys or anything, so just max that out. And I got nothing to name them. I literally got nothing. You know? So let's keep it going. It's 2002 now. Hopefully Iraq gives us something interesting to do. Because I don't want to sit here and wait for a way to get to Afghanistan. I can try playing around. You know, I just read they're mobilizing, but they shouldn't be able to. I turned that setting off, which is this. So that's kind of interesting, I guess. The Congo, don't care. Okay. Is that the one we have? Yeah. The Hornet we can get rid of. Yeah, we're starting to make the other F-16 now. Let's start deploying some of that. Or you know what, let's just keep it in the back burner for now. I do need transports if I'm gonna do what I'm thinking I'm gonna do. So... Can I buy transports? Is anybody selling transports? No, of course not. Why would I think that? We're selling helicopters. End of Swiss neutrality. Very interesting. Dude, what is up with these Oriental, like, soundtracks? I don't hate them, but it's like, I'm not in China or Asia, you know? That one had a Japanese name, but you get my point. The South thing here gives you like a civil war you have to go through, and I'm not about to do that. I've already played the fascist normal path, not the South Confederacy path. So I don't really care about this one. Right now, we're gonna do monarchy. We get everything, yeah. Yeah, we did. So let's start going down that path real quick. And what was I gonna do? Right. Make transports. Alright, well, you guys are up. Gonna need some shit on that eventually. Take it off the ICBMs for now. Try to get as many of those as I can right now. We're still not on the green though. We still have to get rid of some of the shits. The template garbage that I'm not gonna use. Ranger is cool. Give him the mountain shit, I guess. Yep, abdication. Give him the eagle. Why not? And the airborne. Gonna do stuff with that.
Commands.
Gonna have the special operations command here be General Shinseki. Interesting name, I suppose. Yeah, keep that. Make them into that.
Listen up.
Now, how the hell does this work? On our airbase, right? How the hell does this work? Well, the closest thing we have is in Okinawa. Yeah, that's the closest one we got. Click on. Okay, I need to have them ready. The shits. Okay. So I guess we're also waiting for transport planes. You know, why not? Conspiracies. Obviously, there are conspiracies. When the majority of them get, you know, when they admit to the majority of them through leaked documents, declassifications, journalism, etc., it gets to a point where it's like, well, might as well start believing in something. We live in an age where you can research yourself. It's no excuse not to be informed. Yeah, we got the Ground Council, the monarchist party of the U.S. It's so interesting. Give me that. That's gonna take a while. Only got one, unfortunately. And nothing else to show for it. Almost done with this. I'm gonna make more military factories. Because we have hella construction. We'd essentially have a ton of things to build. I mean, in Okinawa, just have a missile base there. Makes sense. I don't need anything else from that. There you go. Nothing in Guantanamo. Some more missile bases would be nice. The one in Washington. One in Maine. One in Florida. One in Arizona. Let's get some more of that. Oil. Capacity is pretty low, so I'm gonna be upping this only by 100. Well, 100k, it seems like. Put all that there. in Louisiana. And then refineries are fine for now. We're not at like, we're not struggling or anything. You know, we need tungsten and we need chromium, and that's about it. So, I think we're good. Good on rubber, too. So let's start getting industrialization down in the south. Let's give them the stuff we should have done in the 1880 years of the Civil War. You know? Let's keep waiting for something to happen. Dude, why are the fascists, like, coming out of the woodworks? Dismantling the 3 branches. 3 branches. Rally some support for the monarchists. They're getting pretty uppity, and that's fine. You know, they can miss out on all the planes I'm selling. Still getting trade from the majority of the world, though, so no loss to me. Got 3 transport. We need 50 transports or so. For, I think for the amount of people we have, that should be enough, maybe. On paratroopers. Let's get the UAV going. Still don't know what this was, but improved auxiliary, yeah, that ships. Some USide pills. Watch me get this video or stream taken down because I almost said that word. The Iraq resolution. There you go. It begins. You know, I really, really wish there was a way to get rid of Twitch bots. It's such a shitty site because of that. Every stream I have to get some dumbass Discord bot that wants to get, like, their promotion. They used to be bots that would ask you for your Discord. You know, they'd be like, oh, I sell art or some stupid ass shit like that. But I never got those anymore. I keep getting the link bots for Discord and stuff. For buying views and stuff. I don't know if they think that's, like, a good venture. I mean, if they have to go through all this trouble, then I don't think so. They might not be doing so well. We have 7 nuclear weapons. That's 7 more than what Iraq had. That's also 7 more than what Iran has today. Okay, let's see. Do want to read this, and I think something closed, and I don't like that, but raiding fleet, screens, missiles, submarines, carriers, cruisers, destroyers. We'll keep this for the submarine, and then we'll use this for everything else, because cruisers, destroyers, yeah. Cruisers are corvettes. Or not, actually. That's interesting. So what do I even get? Just screens? Okay. The Congo, So useless. Need more monarchist support though. Daily political power gain, but we drift towards the conservatism and that. We need to get it eventually, but I'm gonna save on that. Start getting some of the other stuff down though. Revive the Rust Belt. Anybody selling the planes now? No. Unfortunate. Need support equipment and trucks. Need artillery badly. Although it's all stuff that we have to get rid of on the templates, so it is what it is. Got a lot of stuff here. Wow, okay, never mind on that. We're making 1 a day, that's terrible. 2 a day, that's also terrible. Republic of Laos has had a coup. They are market liberal. Some would say that's okay. We could invade Iraq alone. We do have the logistical capabilities. You could ask Spain, I'm pretty sure, at some point, right? But Turkey or the UK. Or both. They don't have a way to go though. They could have gone through Kurdistan, which is gonna be some stuff's gonna happen on that. But do I care about the UK? What's Turkey doing? Doesn't really say what they're focusing on. Yeah, they're gonna show me what they're doing. I don't know what the red means. I guess. I don't know what any of this means. Honestly. They haven't done their thing yet. And the UK went right. Which also doesn't help me. Because it's not monarchy. I'm gonna go in on my own. You know, I think it'll be okay. Stop that by a bit. What was I looking at? Right. Buying some things. Some artillery. Wow. Oh, Korea. Thank you. Loyal subject. Militarily. And then support equipment. You guys are not selling much, huh? We've got the factories to get all this. Easy. Guns, Korean guns. Kind of useless. Some trucks. Yeah, let's get some Korean trucks. Some Korean light mechanized. And some trains. It's always nice to have a surplus of anything, really. Like, let's be honest. I'm gonna set these to be made just because. Because I was playing around and I saw Iran had some things to research, but none here for some reason. I just think it's kind of odd. And then none of them had the naval research, so I'm not worried about that one, you know? It's almost 2003, so we're almost reaching a breaking point. I know we go in from Kuwait. Democracy is protected by who? Not me. They haven't had a revolution yet. No Kim Jong-il yet. It's so interesting. Well, and now we wait till something here happens. So, business is booming as usual. I suppose we can start doing this. We're gonna have to anyway. That only goes up to a certain point, though. That's fine. Yep. In Basra. Let's keep going on with this thing. Yeah, the army. I do need points, and I don't think... Okay, they give some, but it's not enough. I like going down the line horizontally. Not a column, a row. It's just more organized that way. Sri Lanka is this little garbage here. That's an interesting picture. I see they ran out of generic image. It's also very interesting, I suppose. Putin hasn't done anything. Funnily enough. He puppeted the Chechens. I think he even gave him some land, or not really, but interesting choice. Wait until something happens. Waiting until something will happen. That is very interesting. Who the fuck? Interesting. Peru got what they wanted. They solved their problems. Social liberal. Oh, they won the wars, except for that one. Now they can't actually get to that because they're dumbasses. Because they let the Congo leave the faction. That's what they get, I suppose. Gonna be waiting a little bit more for Iraq. So let's keep it pushing. That's fine. Political activism, third parties, nothing of worth is happening really. Wow, this buy went pretty fast actually. Might as well get some of these things out of the way. Why not? I'm not gonna use mines. I'll be honest. Oh, brother, we got Hussein's ultimatum. We're going to Iraq. Oh, brother. The invasion units will eventually be deleted. Interesting. U.S. bombing campaign. Declare war. Kurdistan joins, even though they should be dead, because Iran kind of swallowed them. Turkey stays neutral, and Operation Iraqi Freedom. Interesting. I'll go look at that. See, they actually gave us units this time. For some reason. What else did I want to do? Nothing really. Kind of forgot already.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Okay. Again, Kurdistan is kinda dead. Iranian Lebanon. Who the fuck? Wow, okay. Interesting. The Shanghai Pact. That's a bit of a problem. But Saddam should not join like anything, so I think we should be fine. Where the fuck are they?
Attention.
Where are they sitting?
Ready, sir.
Oh brother, I can't click now.
Advance. Ready to move.
Where are they? Honestly, I'm trying to figure that out. Is it this spot here? I don't get it. But I do want them to be organized, so let's see. Yeah, give them trucks. I think we have quite a few. Turkey stays neutral. That's fine. Okay, what the hell is going on?
Orders.
Where are these guys?
Move back.
Where are they? Honestly, okay, some of the textures are bugging out too, by the way.
Fall in.
You should be going back.
Move up.
Get to the port and get to your place.
Yes, sir.
You guys should be moving. Oh, there's no way to move. Okay. Yeah, we can go through, It's because I have this? Yeah, it is.
Come on, move out.
How's it going? I'm organizing a bit of Iraq, unfortunately. Yeah, so are you gonna move, or... Unable to find a valid path. Well, no, that's bullshit.
Move out.
Should be able to move through Kuwait. Because we have this territory.
Taking cover.
And they're kicking our ass slightly.
Under fire. Listen up.
I want to get it all organized before I even get to it. Or to leave. But you're right. War. War never changes.
Move up.
Yeah, now you decide to, like, get in there. It's such a weird placement.
Fall in.
So odd.
Move up.
Alright, come on now. Hurry up. I need you to move in.
Taking cover. Orders.
Find any WMDs? No. We're on it, though. Dick Cheney said there was some in Baghdad, so it's gonna take a while though with these stats. I got more?
Commands.
Okay, where are you dumbasses going? Why did they have to change the way this mod did the war? It's so stupid. And I can't even... Okay.
Ready to move.
I thought he was already in. Why is there... Okay, I'm not gonna question it.
Listen up. Under fire.
Where even is that? I can't click it, and that's the most obnoxious fucking part of it. Because I can't see if that's like a port or if I have something. Okay. No, still doesn't help. That's Kuwait territory. I can't pass through that. Stop, goddammit. It's always something. No, there's no territory there, so I don't know why they're even there, to be honest. And there's no air base that I can do anything with. I'm gonna have to make my own. There it is. Nope. I don't have control of the area, so I'd have to take that right there. This is really obnoxious.
Commands.
You guys are all moved in? Yep.
Ready.
You can move them out now. Over to Kuwait.
Listen up.
Wow, we are being beaten back to hell. You know, it was cool before because the mod would give you like a little bit of peace here. You know, you would have your naval base, your American base in Kuwait. So it wasn't this stupid to actually invade Iraq. Same thing with Afghanistan. I don't know why I didn't just do it either. I don't know if they realized or not that there's no way into Afghanistan. So, I don't know if somebody changed something or what. It's just really stupid, honestly. Let's see. Maybe this will help. I don't think so, but it's the Atlantic. Let's get the Pacific fleet down there. Naval invasion support. Sure. Why do they have that icon on? It's kind of weird. It's like they're not allowed, or it's kind of odd. Weird, I guess. Anyway. Still don't have... We need more support. That's fine. Egypt is fighting amongst themselves. Fundamentalist and nationalist. Interesting, don't care. Wow, they're pushing us back. Violence against ethnic minorities. I mean, it is the war on terror. Forget political power right now. We are being pushed all the hell back. Kuwait is pretty fucking useless. Yeah, we need those reinforcements like yesterday. And they're going all around the Pacific. How long is that going to take? 2 months? Can we make it through 2 months?
Orders.
Hell, can we survive 2 months? What are they dying of? Bat supply? Gee, did you expect me to do something about that? Because it's kind of hard. There, you got a network of supply now. Happy? Oh, for fuck's sake, I really hate this about this game. You can't click on things because it thinks you're clicking on something else. You can't just hide your units. That makes it worse. Get a bunch of forts. Maybe that'll help. But I really need them to hold on for dear life.
Yes, sir.
2 months still for reinforcements to get there. If at all. Getting everything thrown at me right now. Don't need that shit. Can't lose them now.
Orders.
Gotta do something.
Move out.
It was gonna be impossible to actually... Oh man, to actually take... anything nearby I can like... puppet. Not even gonna let me do that. Qatar, no, not even. Is it because we have like... access to them? Is that what it is? Is that why they're not gonna let me? Who knows at this point, honestly? Not even Bahrain. I don't know. I gotta do something. They're gonna die. And the reinforcements are not getting there fast enough. Airline scandal, sure. Well, we're getting army points, so that's something. They're losing many more men, somehow. Ow, you're just hitting Japan. It's not very good. About a month left to go. Even managed to get there yet? Almost. Still dying to hell. We don't have much org, but we don't have any at all. And they're locked. Can't change them to anything.
Attention.
Why are you morons
Attention.
here? Is the question, innit? Hurry up and get to Kuwait. This is so dumb. I just looked at that. If we get pushed out of that, it's over. I don't see any other way of invading besides naval invasion, but that's gonna take quite a bit. Aerial invasion, maybe. I just need a foothold of any air base or any naval base, and then I can do something.
Under fire.
Anything works. I need 35 for that. Not gonna happen. 21 days. Wow, we're doing really fucking horrible. Okay, let's see. Start working on this. So you need mechanized. I don't have that many to give you, so... What about trucks? We have trucks. No, not motorized militia. Motorized infantry. You can get rid of that because we don't have any. Get rid of that. It's got more fuel usage, but it's much better, so I'll take it. Military police, don't need that. Artillery, no. Anti-tank, do need that. Light mechanized, goodbye. Goodbye. Artillery, we're gonna be fine. Just take one off. And then save that. Okay, now we need more trucks. That's easy. You can buy more. Yep. See what I mean? All good. Buy a little bit more. And some APCs. There you go. Now we're gonna be fine. We should. As far as armor goes, take that off. Take all this off. Why is it so congested with shit? It just doesn't make sense. Shouldn't even be using light mechanized at all. Yeah, that's fine. The Marines, take that off. Take that off. Take that off. And then you guys are like just that overlapping, so take that off. And now we keep holding on for dear life.
Keep your distance.
The UK leaves the Commonwealth. Interesting, I suppose. Alright, we're getting shit built. Awesome. Put that on the ICBM. Yeah. Yeah, don't need that. Yeah, I didn't actually read that, but it is what it is. We're not losing as bad now, thankfully.
Keep on moving.
Are we there yet?
Keep your distance.
Yeah, we are, thank God. Those are the guys that were in the islands, yeah.
Keep on moving.
Start working on a battle plan just to get the general gist of it.
Come on, move out.
Need them to stop attacking for 5 seconds so I can, you know, move ahead. Yeah, can't do shit, to be honest with you. If they keep attacking us, we can't really do much. Kind of sucks that we lost that one land to the left. But it is what it is. That's kind of the problem that I'm having. I need them to lay off me for a little bit just so I can, you know, do something. But it's kind of hard at this rate.
Keep your distance.
How are they attacking on two fronts? I can't even see how many people they have. One. And it's not the ones moving out, too. Well, we're not losing defensively, but we are taking heavy attrition from everything. Alright, made some headway. Do they have any planes? No, they don't have shit. Let's see. Some of our intelligence, about 60 units. No boats. They have planes. Not as many as me. That's our only saving grace right now. Get the multi-roll out. That's about 400. 400. I don't know why I said it like that. But why daytime? Because it's daytime right now, I think. 20%. Ground support. Logistics strike. Or it doesn't really matter. Yeah, the whole Middle East right now. I need you.
Taking aim.
No, why would you do this to me? Oh, come on. Why is this so stupid? We're down on trucks and support equipment. And that's the biggest problem we have. Where are you two that you're not in the fight? I find that very odd. Dog, all I need is a little bit so I can actually move, and I don't have a scientist. Unfortunate. That looks like somebody I know. Wow, we lost the spy. Well, the fuck did we do that? Alright, well, this is gonna have to be stupid right now. Which one lowered their shit? Propaganda? Do that. Well, our planes had to be sent to fuck all. What's the range on... That's not enough to make it over there. Yeah, it won't be enough. No, it won't. I don't have access to anything else. So we're really at a big impasse right now. If I could just find a way to actually make it through, you know. But we're being hit from all sides.
Taking aim. Move out.
Yeah, there's no way.
Move out. Move out.
Yeah, there's no fucking way.
Move out.
We keep getting pushed out of everything. I gotta find a way to hold this area so I can have, like, even a slight bit of air support. But they have everything on me and it's getting quite annoying. Should have asked the British for help. I'm about to lose my tanks. They have such little everything. Oh, we're almost there. Somehow. We keep winning and we keep losing really badly. We're about to lose the entire tank division. Hell, we're down to 2 tanks. This is horrible. Alright, gonna have to do some fuck ass shit right now. If we're gonna be even be able to make it through any of this. Let's see. I'm about tired of this shit. What do you need for a strike? We don't have a missile thing yet, do we? No. Or do we? Yeah, I had it made. Now, how far do these ICBMs go? Is the question. Well, they have to deploy, obviously, but... we shall help Ethiopia, sure. Well, while that happens... we are losing monarchist support. This is going very badly. Like, very badly. Okay, well, forget the trucks. Get me militia. Because we're losing so many more for some reason. And yeah, we're gonna be weak as fuck in a bit. No support equipment is the worst right now. But there's nothing I can do about that. Unfortunately. Tanks are gonna have to eat shit. It is what it is. I mean, I don't tell you anymore. Some in my eye. I just want to get at a stable spot, you know? And they're not making it any easier. Look, we've already lost completely. Can we even get through from here? No, so what actually do they want me to do? Is there anything? No. Don't even have the transport ships for that. No, don't do that. Where in the hell? There. Now we need 50. Nobody's buying them. I feel like that's kind of crazy. So I ask again, what did they actually expect me to do here? This is the biggest loss I've ever seen. Lost all our tanks in just that little advance. All because Kuwait doesn't actually let me through. I gotta keep waiting. Anything near, I can... Nothing. Nothing is gonna let me. It's BB. Oh wow, I can actually do that. That'd be so fucking stupid if I could just do that. Oh, it says force white piece. Well, it's too late. I'm not doing that. You got me fucked up now. fact that only certain countries can be annexed. Well, nationalists probably won't let me. I guess that makes sense. So now we're just waiting for transport planes maybe, and anything really that can get me the hell out of here. Only 3 a month. How awful. Only got 35 right about now. Got some ICBMs standing by. They can be launched anywhere across the world. Where the fuck was this when I needed it? I'm about to put out more because of how annoying that shit was. I feel like we made all the missile silos, and I don't know where the other ones are because I forgot. But we're gonna set these and pass. I need to make more, actually. Let's not waste resources on that. Just get a bunch of ICBMs out. Should be one in Okinawa. There you go. Can't really use them. No point right now. But we are blowing the hell out of them.
Listen up.
Or about as much as we can. So yeah, the only thing I can do is to attack the naval base, because how else am I gonna fucking go in? Okay, let's try this.
Ready to move.
Okay, sure. What if I only need one? No, you need at least 50. Okay. It's a work in progress. Definitely is. Anything else? Stealth print. Sure. Gonna buff everything while we're at it. Still can't use that. That really sucks. But yeah, it's just too much of a nerf right now. Federal Reserve. At least we're not losing anything. The monarchist party right now. You guys are really fucking annoying. Yeah, it's going to be very impossible to get past that
Ready to move.
at any point. Just sucks they can't actually move in, you know? Through anything. Kind of sucks. You can kind of click on that, but they don't actually move.
Commands.
Yeah. Spain leaves the EU. That's weird. Well, this definitely sucks. Can't I just launch? I need more than 10% surrender progress or more than 50% world tension. That's really fucking stupid. That's got to be a democratic thing. Or I can have warmongering. Or I can tell them to fuck off, essentially. So let's do that. But I don't have the political power. So, doesn't matter. Could keep waiting for transport planes or just do a really long invasion, which doesn't seem very viable. I mean, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, how long would this be then? Let's see.
Hey, sir.
Yeah, just turn them into Marines again. My god, you don't have any support equipment. That's the worst thing that can happen right now. Turn that down. Bring that up. Basically, I guess. Support equipment is the worst fucking thing in this game. By far. 44. Eventually we'll get to it. Made them into Marines, so how long would this be? Because again, that's our only base. That's our only anything in this area. Not even from Wake or Johnson. That's going through more than it should be. Okay. Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 naval areas. Okay, we're gonna need everything on our repertoire here. Okay, so that's 8. Cool. So get rid of that. The Atlantic, well, the Pacific's already here, so put them there. That's 4 already. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Put them in an escort. And then put those in an escort. Just have to wait for them to get into position, I suppose. Oh wow, it's submarines I was making, cool. Syrian sanctions. Syria's already in a list of state sponsors of terrorism for their support of Hezbollah. To combat the axis of evil, ha ha ha. Yeah, we're not sanctioning Syria. What do I look like to you? Okay, got the helicopter. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Let's better all our industry while we're at it. Light mechanized. It's one of these. It's definitely one of these, and it really sucks, but I'm not doing anything about it. So, eat shit. Shame about the tanks, though. But I'm running out of them. No, we have Abrams. Korean unification. Were they at war? I never noticed. Wow, he took down the Kim family. Why the minus 57 PP? A lot of things have been happening. And a lot of things will keep happening. Yeah, playing the US is not as fun as was before in like older versions of this mod. Wow, they're putting everything on fucking... on the port. And that's a problem. Okay. I'm out of ideas. I don't know what to do. If this fails, I guess we'll just have to do paratroopers, because I got nothing. If not, we just do a new session, because I don't know. Really should have asked the UK to help me on this.
Listen up.
No, it's not. It's not MD. It's Novum Vexillum.
All in.
I just want to see if they can make it at some point. As soon as they cross the strait here, I'll just instantly switch to naval support. Yeah, I've always played this one. Just seems kind of good for me, I guess. Some of these latest updates, though, I'm not feeling them, honestly.
Listen up.
You gotta remember, we're still at war with Afghanistan because they somehow forgot to give us, access to Afghanistan. I don't know if they want us to use paratroopers or something, but I don't think that's how that works. Let's see, more support equipment. Support equipment has got to be the worst fucking thing in this whole game. There is never enough of that. Keep making submarines, for all I care.
Yes, sir.
Hurry up and get there. I just want to see if it's even viable at all to navally invade, because there's no other way inside Iraq right now.
Commands.
Why are you low on fighting strength? There was enough time between here and there for you to get more. So what the fuck? Those Marines have been sitting there for quite a while, so again, how? Anyway. Iran is fighting the Emirates. Wow, it's a very Chinese war now. It's about to be.
Orders.
Okay, well, some of these guys should have the missiles. No, they don't. They don't have anything. Not even the range to make it. How unfortunate.
All in.
Yep, all in. Okay, well, they crossed. And you are the Atlantic Fleet. Yeah, just naval invasion support and everything. Why not? I don't think they're going to get past that. Yeah, look at that. That's a big fucking...
Ready.
Oh my god. Yeah, you can quit that now. So... Oh, great. You're just going to go randomly anywhere. Workers' rights, sure. Do I have the shit yet? Let's see. Okinawa. You're losing me. There you go. Maybe I have 50 now, so
All in.
go ahead and change them. No. And then prepare. See if it's even possible to do this. So click on that. No, they can't even get there. That's not how that works. I figured it was going to be like that. So what the fuck am I supposed to do? Okay, well, we can count this as a failed playthrough. Maybe I did something wrong somewhere. I don't know. But it's quite literally impossible to do the scripted wars with Afghanistan. It's been like that since 9/11. And it's impossible to attack Iraq because of the way they do it. They put you on these little territories that you can't actually do anything with because there's nothing there. You know, previous versions, you know, you would have a naval base here like normal. And then the invasion would start and like taking these little sides here, or just the naval base, if I remember. I don't remember it exactly, but yeah, there's no way in unless I do something with Kuwait, and they won't let me, obviously. I'm not about to go down and force myself to do this stuff right here. Kuwait's not even on this, so there's no point. So yeah, failed match or session. It is what it is. Yeah. So yeah, with that out of the way, I don't know, just oh my god. Hope you enjoyed anyway. This was one of the longer streams. I'll start scheduling tomorrow's and the next days. Till next time though. Goodbye.